All right, I'm going to kick it off. So thank you guys all so much for coming in. This event is geared to be kind of a networking event, but also to give you a chance to hear from our friend Ricky. So on this side of me, right here. I don't know if it looks the same for you, but about some higher education benefits. He's from Grand Canyon University, but he's got some stuff to share that is widely applicable for anybody pursuing their higher education. So it's really great of him to come on. At the end of the event, we're also going to give away a Scrum Master certification. And also we're going to give everybody a little chance to network. So I know that there's some really awesome resources in here. I see Kev Tech down there. How's it going, Kevin?
Yeah.
And I see Marina from 4 Block as well. And Paul Cummings from Whole Cyber. So there's a lot of great resources. So without further ado, we'll just get into it. So I'm Peter Klein. I was in the infantry in the Army. I got out. The guy on this side of me's help actually led me to doing some really cool things when I got out. I was struggling, sending blanket resumes, doing all the things that we now tell people not to do. And I got some really amazing help from Aubrey that led to us starting Boots to Books. And so now here we are about a year and a half later. So I'll let Aubrey introduce himself as well. And we have a little video to play.
Hello, everybody. Yes, I was helping Peter throughout his end of his military career. I graduated a year ago. So Pete and I overlapped for 1 year at Chapman. I currently work for Twilio. So when we get to the conversations part, if you guys have questions and want to know something, let me know. I'm happy to chat about what I do, what Twilio does, all of that. And of course, Boots to Books and how we can help.
Awesome. Yeah, and Aubrey is a solutions architect at the moment for those coding curious folks. I have no idea what any of it means though. Okay, I'm going to play this video and then we'll get into Boots to Books services and how we can help you guys completely for free. Let's see if I do it right.
Boots to Books is the most innovative, effective way for transitioning service members, veterans, and their families to get educated and employed. My name is Peter Klein. I'm the founder and president of Boots to Books.
My name is Aubrey Stein. I am the co-founder and vice president at Boots to Books, and I am a solutions architect for Segment. Boots to Books provides education and employment assistance to all veterans and their families.
So we actually started strictly on education and shifted to employment when we got our 501c3 status and realized that that's ultimately the end goal. So we do resume review, interview preparation, career coaching events. We do recruiter roundtables where they can ask their questions directly to recruiters, professional certifications that include Lean Six Sigma, cybersecurity, project management, and a variety of other ones that allow them to get hard skills on their resume. And we take that and we put them in direct connection with recruiters, whether it be a veteran-only virtual hiring fair that actually includes transitioning and military spouses as well. Or it's just a direct connection to a recruiter. We're able to put them in some really great roles, namely Amazon and Oracle so far. 9 years ago, I met Aubrey. We both graduated high school. He went to Chapman to go get a data analytics degree, and I went to Fort Benning, Georgia to be in the infantry in the Army. Fast forward to when my contract's ending. I'm supposed to be honorably discharged in 6 months. I'm competing in these competitions, ultimately become the fastest winner ever of this Fort Benning Non-Commissioned Officer of the Year competition, which is basically a manager of the year on steroids. But this all led into this fallacy, basically, of me thinking when I got out of the military, I could get into any school I want, get any job I want, because I'd been, really successful in the military. I realized that wasn't true. It took me swallowing my pride after some time to realize that I needed to reach out to someone for help.
When Peter found out that he was likely not going to re-enlist in the military, he reached out to me because he didn't really know how to go about transferring into college, what that meant.
And so I reached out to Aubrey finally. Whatever it was, we would go through it, and it really resulted in, personal successes because of his help, getting into Chapman and getting to work in, various roles that I've really liked.
And it got to a point where he left the Army, and we're back now. It's Christmas break, and we're like, we could help so many more people.
More people needed not only accessible help, but relevant help that's leading them to the most competitive opportunities in the world. We've been able to provide over $33,000 in resources and help over 1,200 veterans and their families. It's really taken off from there.
Okay. I'm not going to play the support slide at the end because we're not here soliciting support from any of you guys. But as you guys can see, Boots to Books really came from me needing help myself. So the things that we pride ourselves on are being accessible and personable. So if you come in and look for help, you're going to meet with someone and actually talk to one of us, and we're going to design a plan specifically to you. So I want to talk about a few things we can help with, but before I do that, I want to let the B2B team members who are on the event go ahead and introduce themselves. So Aubrey, Tom, I guess Aubrey already went, but Tom and DeAndrea, if you want to go ahead and introduce yourselves quickly, say what you do at B2B.
I'm Tom Gill. I'm a project manager for B&B. We're working on some exciting new things coming, hopefully in the next few months, and here to help. If anybody needs it, just reach out. Thanks.
And Tom has knocked out the whole PMP thing. So for those interested in that, he's a very good resource. DeAndrea, if you want to go ahead.
Hi, everyone. My name is DeAndrea, Air Force veteran here. I'm very excited to see you all. And I look forward to learning more and hearing about what we can do for you all.
Awesome. Sweet. So without further ado, I'm actually going to talk a little bit into ways that you can take advantage of our services. Everything is always completely free. If you miss anything that I say, you're curious, we're going to put a recording of this out. You can also just reach out to anyone on our team or via our website, and we'll get back to you as quickly as possible. And we're happy to tell you this again. But so we'll start with education in the spirit of Ricky being here. I had some slides to show, but I figured death by PowerPoint is really not that cool to do. So I'm just going to talk. Is everybody cool with that? Nobody desperately wants to see a PowerPoint, do they? Okay, cool. Awesome. I didn't think so. So for education, I'm going to start with just pre even getting your degree. When you come in and you're looking at backwards planning, you're looking at the role you want. That should be a factor in deciding your degree. So if you just want to talk to somebody and actually get a little advice, maybe a sounding board, we're there for that. That's awesome. When it comes to application time, though, if you go to a school that doesn't waive the application fee because you're military spouse, veteran, transitioning service member, whatever it is, Boots to Books will pay that fee. We'll help edit and review your application for whatever school you're applying to. And then once you get into your school, let's say you're applying for your VA benefits and you don't get your money for textbooks on time, like what happened to a bunch of Howard University students, or you do get your money on time, but those books exceed the GI Bill limit like they so often do. At the beginning of every semester, Boots to Books will open a portal for you to apply. It'll be all over our website, LinkedIn, all of our social media, so it'll be pretty hard to miss. For you to apply and get your books covered, every single person that has ever applied thus far has gotten some form of assistance for us for textbooks. It's really, if you don't apply for it, you're throwing money away. Because we do really want to make sure that you're not facing some financial burden while you're taking your degree. That should be your main focus. So that is for once you're in your degree. If you need a tutor, textbook, some resource that is exceeding the GI Bill limit, reach out. When you finish your bachelor's and you're looking at a master's degree, if you look at the LSAT, GRE, or the GMAT, if you've heard of Magoosh, it's an e-learning company. So at your complete own pace online, you can prepare for any of those tests. And that is also completely free through Boots to Books. So that is basically the higher education portion. Everything from when it becomes time to apply, trying to fund your resources, looking at a master's program, or just needing someone to talk to. It's all completely free, and Boots to Books has it all. But we'll move on to employment. So before employment, something we do obviously is the professional certifications. I'm sure a lot of you are itching for a Scrum Master certification right now. But there's another opportunity besides this event as well to get that certification completely free of charge. And it's something we do multiple times a year. So I'm going to put a link in the chat right now in case anybody's missed it. At the top of this page, there's an application for a certification of your choice from the Six Sigma Global Institute, CompTIA, a year of Code Academy Pro. You can do a year of Try Hack Me. And it's to define your transition pathway. And this is something we do often. So not just in events are we giving away these certifications. The goal actually is for you to come in, apply, get these certifications for free, and get linked up with a mentor while you take them. And also have us as a sounding board for your resume, interview, and all those other things as a support system while you learn. And those happen 4 times a year. They're always on our website, announced on social media. So there's the professional certifications. If there's one that is popular and you see a lot, there's a very, very good chance that we will be paying for it. So before you go spending money on certifications, I mean, do your research and make sure you actually, are spending your time and money, I guess our money wisely. But then reach out to Boots to Books because we would love to help you fund it if we have one of those applications open. Then it goes into employment. So first, starting this month, DeAndrea and her team put together a really awesome newsletter that'll go out every month. It's all roles that are looking for, I'll send it to everyone. It's all roles that are looking for people from the military community. There's companies like Accenture, Oracle, Amazon. I mean, they're really, really awesome roles. Every single role in that newsletter comes from a recruiter that we actually are in contact with each month and is refreshed as such. So they're actually expressing interest in hiring from the community. Any role you see on there. Yeah, Catherine's in here. Oracle has been amazing. Catherine, I'll put you on the spot in a little bit. But it's so all those roles are people that are actually curious about hiring from the military community and have put effort forth to do it. Also, every single role, if you want help preparing your application for one of them, we will help you and make connections at the company. Of course, free of charge. Outside of those roles, we have a veterans only virtual hiring fair. It's kind of a moniker. It's open to transitioning military spouses, reservists, all of them. The next is in September. So if anybody attended the April event, these are live events where recruiters will come on and you'll be able to live chat with them. View open roles, see keynotes, all of that. So that'll happen in September as well. So when it comes to employment, I think the easiest way to look at it is each month there will be an event for you that's completely free and a chance for you to get, your soft skills, speak to recruiters, network, do all that. There's chances to get upskilling and hard backing to your resume, and then chances to go meet recruiters. So I'd say the best bet is to, keep up with Team B2B and do what you can, apply to all the applications and take all the free resources that are available. But moving past B2B, if anybody wants help, by the way, go to our website and reach out. I would love it if we were just flooded with requests and busy for the next week. That'd be awesome. But moving on, I'm going to try and mix it up a little bit here. So Catherine, I'm going to toss you on the spot because Catherine is from Oracle. And then after this, we can go into some job seekers. If anybody wants to share, get a little feedback or just talk about where they are in the job search. But Catherine, I promised I'd put you on the spot.
Yes, you did. Thank you for having me. Thank you for hosting. Just Oracle is a wonderful company. I have been here since February, and I have nothing but good things to say about this company. It's supportive. We have a veterans initiative. Right now, we're working on Vet Tech Academy, which we're hiring for. We're also hiring for sales business development representatives. I am actively screening for that sales role right now. I did drop my LinkedIn in the chat, so feel free to reach out to me. If you have any questions, I'm an open book as well. You're more than welcome to ask me anything that you need or if you have any questions.
Awesome. That's fantastic. Thank you so much. So now I want to go into it a little and just give people a chance to share a little bit. We'll start with some great resources, and then we can go into job seekers if anybody will be brave enough to share. Kevin, are you willing to share a little bit about what you do and what resources are available to offer in terms of advice? I know you have some amazing IT stuff going on.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you, Peter, for having me here. I greatly appreciate it. My name is Kevin, and I do like IT support training. A little bit about me. I've been in tech for 7 years. Before that, I actually worked in restaurants. So for anyone that is trying to get into IT, yes, it's possible. If you have customer service, if you have restaurant experience, people skills, you could definitely get a job in IT. So I cover a little bit of like help desk, IT support, desktop support, tech support. I have a YouTube channel called KevTech IT Support. And I'm also on different resources in cybersecurity as well. So if you need resources for cybersecurity, you could just reach out to me. I got you. Don't worry about that. And I also have resources for certification vouchers like Security Plus. I could probably get you vouchers for A+, Network Plus with a company that I'm working with. I'm affiliated with. I also do live tech training sometimes. So on LinkedIn sometimes and also on YouTube. So if you guys follow me, I do a lot of help desk IT support training. So I'm pretty much all over the place as far as helping people, but don't be afraid to reach out to me. And I could give you resources for resume writers as well. So that's a little bit about me.
Awesome. Sweet. Thank you so much, Kevin. I'm going to put Paul Cummings now on the spot. The goal is I'm going to give you an overview of the expertise we have in this room. And then we can open up some questions, just networking, job seekers. We've got the PMP, we have the cyber, we have the IT, we have the business development, we have a higher education rep. So I want it to be a chance for you to ask your questions. First, let's hear, who you're going to ask them to. Paul, I don't know if you're at the screen right now. I'm just tossing you on the spot.
I'm at a screen, just not going to turn mine on. It's been a rough day. But yeah, so Paul Cummings, I've been in IT and cybersecurity for 21 years now. Started off in the Navy, just retired back in 2021. I too went through struggling, trying to gain that civilian foothold job, right? So through mentorship, through tutelage that I got from places like ACP, Veterati, Vesta Industry, with some of the folks that are in the audience today, Marina, there's so many out there, right? But what I did was, after seeing all the struggles that service members had, career shifters also had the same issue where they don't know how to articulate their skills. So what I've done is created a whole cyberhuman initiative. And we developed a 100-hour pipeline free to any candidate, any age, background, age, sex, country, doesn't matter, right? Because we want fruitful information to go to people before they go spend copious amounts of dollars on a boot camp or pursue a degree, and then maybe that degree might not be the path that they're actually looking for. But partnering with people like Attack IQ, KevTech, Gerald Ozier over at Simply Cyber, our first partners with Boots to Books, several Discord groups that we have. But our main focus is workforce development. We're looking to create direct to hire pipelines with employers based on the education that our holistic cyber training is able to provide. At the same time, once you complete the program, we help you understand a true return on investment certification for you. Security Plus is not the Band-Aid for everything. And I'm pretty sure a lot of the employers in here will say the same thing. And that's really it. Always available. Everybody knows I talk a lot, so I'm going to stop now.
No, Paul, you talked the perfect amount. We need your expertise because I don't know the first thing about cybersecurity, so it helps. But so Ricky, I'm going to give you your portion in a little bit. So we're going to keep Ricky, the amazing higher education resource we have in the reserve, for 1 second. But I want to give people a chance. If you're a job seeker, we'll start like this. If you're a job seeker and you're willing to share a little about yourself to the people in here, go ahead and unmute or raise your hand, and we'd love to hear you. Anybody be so bold? Mary, I see a hand raised, I think.
Hello, I am Mary Thomas and I live in central Montana. I am your next full-time, fully remote data entry administrative assistant customer service rep. I received the remote work professional certificate, which covered both remote work skills and technology critical to being successful as a remote worker. I am Microsoft Office proficient and familiar with Trello and Asana and Slack. I will be as dedicated to my job as I was in the Air Force. While in the military, I manage activity for our facilities like the clubs, gyms, and events and trips for active duty retired spouses and veterans. I have been a military spouse and am an active duty veteran. I am ready to start work for you tomorrow. And that is my 30-second elevator pitch, and that's what I got.
Mary, that was awesome.
That was awesome. Yeah.
That, I don't know, like the energy is unmatched. That is super awesome. How long have you been working on it?
About 2 weeks.
That's really, really good. So you're looking for what type? You're looking for a remote?
Fully remote job, data entry, computer sales, assistant, not so much the sales because I can't have a job that depends on commission. I just need that steady paycheck, and I've had some career breaks, but at the risk of ageism, I need a job now.
100%. We'll put your LinkedIn in the chat. Please, anyone, if you want to connect with Mary, if you have any leads, any tips, any cool roles you've even seen on LinkedIn and you want to shoot her the link to them, please do it, Mary. If you'll drop your LinkedIn in the chat, that'd be awesome.
I'll do that.
Awesome. Thank you so much for bringing the energy. Going first. Tim, if you want to go ahead, I think I saw your hand next.
Well, I don't have that level of energy, but I'm going to give it a shot. I'm Tim Bennett. I'm in the Army. I've been in for 21 and a half years now. I'm going to separate next year in August. I am currently the Senior Physical Security Specialist for the Army Garrison here on Okinawa. For that, I am responsible for $800 million worth of Army and DLA assets. I have a team of 155 Japanese security guards, 3 other Army soldiers, and 2 civilians that we work with. We work on contracts. We do recommendations to Army leaders. Oh, that fun stuff. Part of that, I was a project manager for the physical security here on the island. I have 12 years experience in doing project management. I have 8 years experience in physical security. After I separate next year, my plan is to continue doing preferably physical security project management, program management, if not just program management in general. And the dream is to go back to Alaska and never, ever, ever, ever see anything over 75 degrees ever again in my life because it's much too hot. Yeah.
Wow, that is crazy. Tim, I have a connection for you at a physical security firm that I spoke to last week. I'm gonna drop my LinkedIn in the chat. If you want to shoot me a message, I can make
Absolutely.
that,
Thank you.
right after this call. And then if anybody else wants to connect with Tim, has some cool, definitely connect with Tom as well. The project management role. Tom's been absolutely killing it in Asana for a project, or actually, I can't really tell you what he's killing it for. It's supposed to be a surprise. But he's a PMP and he's been doing great work with B2B. So that's a great guy to talk to on the PMP side. And then I've got a physical security connection for you out
Thank you
here.
so much.
So shoot me a message and remind me on LinkedIn, please.
Thanks, brother. Thank you.
100%. Yeah. Let's keep it going. Lee, I believe you had your hand up the next, and then Alfred, Alicia, and Clinton.
Oh, hello, can you hear me?
Perfect.
Okay. I saw you have a Scrum Master certification. I would like to know what is that, because I've been working in the hotel motel industry. It's like business. A business is a piece of pie, and I never get it what I want to be. So, and motel, hotel. I run like from general manager to the front desk, best step, back desk, and clean lady, all that stuff. So right now I'm on my own. Also, I'm on the unemployment. So I would like to know I don't know. Okay, I just accomplished one thing yesterday. I earned a Google Ad certification.
Awesome.
That's the first steps.
Definitely.
Yes.
I think, sorry.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say, I think, the first real essential step is identifying what the role you want is and backwards planning from there. Because if you're right, so I forget who said it. I believe Kevin said it. He had customer service experience from working in a restaurant. It's not necessarily the role you worked in, but the way you frame it towards the role you want. So if you've worked in operations doing all this back end stuff in the hotel, if you've worked in customer facing roles and, stressful kind of tough environments, that's all great and can all be used to your advantage. But you have to know what your target is to take a shot at it. You have to identify what you want to do. And, do you know what your kind of ideal role is?
I don't know because, I took that Google ad because I did some marketing while working in the hotel motel industry. So now it's long time ago it's called marketing, but in the modern today technology, it's called digital marketing. So I'm trying to take that course. So would that works? Would that works? So
Okay. Gotcha.
and then yeah.
Okay, I just chatted you my email. Shoot me an email. Let's find a time to do a chat and we can talk about what a bunch of different roles look like and go from there. So that's definitely the first step, is finding the dream role.
Yes, because I'm sort of like my husband, jack of all trades. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. I don't know. Recently I've been doing construction too.
Gotcha. Right. Trying it all. Well, I got you. We'll have a chat. Just shoot me an email. I just chatted it to you, but we're going to go ahead and let Alfred kick it off. Thank you so much, Lee.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Go ahead, Alfred.
Hey, Peter, thanks for putting this on. Hey, everybody, my name's Alfred Gadapy. I'm retired from the Navy with 21 years in cybersecurity. That's what my master's is in. That's what I love doing. Specifically, I'm looking for roles in GRC, information assurance, risk controls. I'm currently studying my CISM. I have Security Plus, so I totally agree with Paul, and Security Plus does not cover everything. In fact, it's just the icebreaker now, where it was the everything about 10 years ago. It's now the icebreaker. I have a degree background also in project management with about 5 different project management certifications, but cybersecurity is what I eat, sleep, and breathe. So that's what I'm doing now. Look forward to hearing anybody's ideas. Thanks.
Awesome. Alfred, where are you located at? Or are you looking for remote work, or what's the?
I'm now located. So before, when you and I talked, I was still in Kings Bay, Georgia. I'm no longer in Kings Bay, Georgia. I'm now in Bossier City, Louisiana.
Awesome. Okay. So
So,
you're sticking down south?
oh yeah, I'm from Louisiana, so I came home.
Okay. Okay. So I'll never catch you up in San Francisco, I assume.
No, no, you won't, unless I'm flying there for like a conference or something. That's about it.
Oh my gosh, I got you. All right, hey, drop your LinkedIn in the chat. Paul, you are definitely a good resource there. I'm sure you all have connected. The GRC stuff's awesome. Have you connected with Jonathan Fisher, Alfred? All right,
No.
I'll he's just got into being a GRC analyst not too long ago, and made the transition from being in the Army. So that'd be a really good connection. Will you shoot me a LI message and remind me? Awesome, sweet. Alicia, I don't know if I'm butchering names. Please correct me if I am.
You said my name right.
Awesome. Let's go.
Hi, I'm Alicia. I don't know if you guys can see me.
Perfect. We got you.
I am looking to find a job in cybersecurity. I am a Navy veteran. I currently hold my Security Plus, my CEH, and I will have my Splunk core soon. So I'm looking for a cybersecurity analyst or a data analyst position, as I have background within payroll and finance. So I've ran all kinds of reports and would love something stable personally.
Awesome. Have you connected with Paul and the whole cyberhuman initiative at all?
No, I just found out about him.
Yeah, okay. Definitely shoot Paul a connection. And then look at that open roles newsletter we put in the chat. And if any of those companies even have a cyber role that you're interested in, and it's not necessarily in the newsletter, I'd be happy to at least help make a connection in the company.
Perfect. I appreciate that. Also, I'm
Yeah,
putting my
100%.
LinkedIn in the chat as well.
Hey,
Awesome.
Peter.
Yeah, and go ahead and shoot me a connection and a message and whatever. Go ahead, Deandre. What's up?
Yeah, also specifically look at the TD Bank roles. If you're interested, let's say in like cybersecurity, but then finance, because in the newsletter, there's a POC that you can actually reach out to and you can discuss with him about the different opportunities. So they have opportunities in Canada and in the US.
Definitely.
All right. Thank you so much.
Yeah, they've got a great team. Not as great as Catherine Gordon at Oracle, though. Awesome. Sweet. Well, Clinton, I'll let you go ahead now. How's it going?
Oh, pretty good. I have 28 years total. I've only been in the IT field for I want to say 13 years of that. And I'm an active reservist, AGR. We're kind of tucked away. Nobody really know much about what we do. Basically, we're an active duty reservist. So with that said, in my 13 years of IT, the only people that get roles beyond desktop support works at the top of the Army at Fort Bragg or Fort Belvoir or HRC that get roles other than desktop support. So while it was a cool venture and a cool assignment, I was really kind of secluded from the real IT aspect. So long story short, I'm just a desktop support guy with 13 years experience. So that kind of terrifies me. You've been doing IT 13 years. What do you know? Desktop support. Yeah. So what I want to learn is cybersecurity. I want to do kind of a hybrid, cybersecurity and software engineering. By the way, I just looked at my transcript, just looking at the email for Western Governors University, and I had a total of 128 credits at AIU, and I just looked at the transfer. Only 28 of those transferred over. So I'm gonna pull the plug and finish at
Clinton,
AIU.
we're gonna talk, sir. You're gonna
Okay.
love what I have to say, but there's still hope. There's still hope for you, sir. Don't worry.
Okay. Yeah, so that's that pretty much sums up my dilemma. And also I'm starting an internship like around the 1st of January.
Awesome.
And I have 5 months of terminal leave. So from July 20th to the end of the year, I'm on terminal leave, and I want to be productive and make myself a little bit more marketable. I don't want to sit here on vacation. I definitely don't want to sit here at home. I want my wife to keep liking me. So
No, I totally got
That's
you.
it for
That's
me.
fair. Well, we've got 3 great resources. Check out Kevin for definitely for all the IT stuff. Paul Cummings, the whole cyber human initiative, as far as upskilling yourself and making yourself more marketable without necessarily spending a bunch of money. Whole cyber
Okay.
human initiative is a great place. And then I think Ricky's got some exciting news for you on the whole transcript and transferring 28 credits thing. Right, Ricky, would that be the case?
Oh, he's gonna be ecstatic. He's gonna start dancing or something. We're gonna see
Yeah,
some
that's
energy out of him.
awesome.
All
Let's
right.
go. Definitely connect with them and drop her LinkedIn in the chat as well, because I know there's a lot of IT and cyber folks in here, so it's good to build that network out.
And Clinton,
All
don't
right.
feel bad. I did 13 years of desktop support too.
Okay.
Also, yeah, I don't rarely even know how to use Zoom right, so I can't really I can't bag on anything technical.
I was gonna say that is, I love, like, if you say help desk or desktop support, I show up because that's my field. I do that. I do tech training on that. So
Awesome. Yeah, let's go, Kevin. Sweet. Well, thank you so much, Clinton. Now we'll go to Eric, I believe, and then Claudia and Todd and Josh. Eric, if we have you here. Awesome. Eric, I'm having a little trouble hearing you over here.
I can't hear.
Yeah, no such luck for me right now. Eric, I'm going to come back to you and right after this one. All right. Maybe we can do a little in and out, quick fix. But I'll go to Claudia really quick. Eric, I'll come right back to you.
Hello, everybody. My name is Claudia Laporte. I'm currently going to school for cybersecurity over here in Norfolk, Virginia, or Virginia Beach. And I haven't had any luck of finding a cybersecurity job. I just currently work for a company that I wasn't, very pleased with, so I left. So I'm just in search of a cybersecurity job for now. And yeah, that's really pretty much it.
Awesome. What background do you have in cyber, and what's kind of the end goal of a role?
So at my previous role, I worked for a company where they only had one IT person, and I stepped in with no pay and no compensation or nothing. And I offered to help the company, do like pretty much reset password, network updates, and stuff like that. But I'm really good with computers ever since I came to the United States of America. My mother bought me a computer, and I've been, familiarizing myself with the software and how it works and all that. So, but yeah, that's really pretty much it.
Awesome.
I'm not going to be accepting any more jobs like I did before, because that's really not helping me. It was like a procurement job in the shipyards, and that's not, so that'll be the last time I'll be doing that. So yeah, as of right now, I'm just looking for really anything cyber related, preferably in Washington, D.C. area, or over here in Virginia Beach, or really anywhere. I'm willing to relocate. So
Awesome. DeAndrea, you want to unmute now?
Oh, I was just gonna ask, what about system administrator?
Yeah, that's fine. I mean,
That's
really,
fine.
anything as of right now. I'm looking to go back to work as soon as possible. I should have waited till I had a job back up, but I just really wasn't happy. So
Definitely. Here, we can chat after this also, and let's look at a couple job descriptions for roles that sound like they'd be good for you and that you'd
Yes, sir.
like, and maybe make a couple targeted resumes towards each of those different things and go from there.
Sounds good, sir. I really appreciate that.
100%, man. Let me chat you my my email. Actually, I'm just gonna put it in the general thing. I'm just gonna put this email in there. If anybody has a question, wants anything, we spoke about anything, do not hesitate to reach out to that. I check it a little too much. It's probably scary. But awesome. I look forward to talking with you. Thanks for sharing.
Yes,
I
sir.
would
Thank
definitely
you.
connect with Paul, Kevin. Those are the cyber and IT geniuses.
Yeah.
I really don't know much in the field.
I'm already connected with Mr. Paul on
Awesome.
LinkedIn. Yes, sir.
Sweet. Let's go. Eric, you want to give it another shot? Let's see if we can.
All right, we'll see if round 2 works.
Let's go. We got you.
All right, we got it. So, yeah, so I just want to, first and foremost, it's nice being here with all of you today. But I'm a 8-year Army veteran. Upon leaving the service, I got sent to Colorado in 2012, been here since. I'm ready to head back to the East Coast and help out some company in the best way that I can. Since I got out of the military, I've been a tower technician, I've been a electronics maintenance technician, and now I'm an engineering technician. But pretty much over the course of doing all that, I realized that's not really for me. So essentially, I'm starting over now. I'm trying to find what's the right fit. Right now, I'm working on getting my CAPM and my PMP. I'm looking at any project manager roles. I'm looking to find a job where I can really grow a career instead of just bouncing around from job to job. And that's my primary goal, is to move back to the East Coast. Home is calling me, and finding a project manager role where I can make a career.
Awesome. That's good. So definitely drop first your LinkedIn in the chat. Where are you looking to work again? I might have missed that if you said it.
So right now I'm trying to move back to the East Coast. My primary locations are Florida, the Carolinas, Georgia, and Virginia, but I'm pretty much open to all states.
Okay, awesome. Let's connect with Tom. If you see him down there with the sweet Boots to Books background, he is the reigning PMP expert for us, but he's done it, and he could be a really good resource for you as you look more into it.
That sounds great, because I'm working on that certificate right now. So
awesome. Sweet. Yeah, definitely get connected with him and drop your LinkedIn in the chat. And then we'll go Todd, Josh, James, Edward, Tom, Jose. Yes.
Let's see.
Awesome. I can see. How's it going, Todd?
All right. Can you see me? Sorry, I've been having some technical difficulties. I might have to turn my video off, but
no worries.
Well, just to kind of introduce myself, I'm an 8-year Army vet. I'm located currently in San Jose, California, so not too far from you. I'm a job seeker. I've been working the last couple of years, just in different jobs around Silicon Valley, mostly with Google contracting. I have a PMP, and I started off actually as a desktop support, so I kind of had a basic kind of technical foundation, but I found I was a lot better at being organized and running projects and programs rather than doing the technical side of things. I actually worked for the Android Auto technical program management team for a while, essentially acting as a Scrum Master, but without actually having a Scrum Master certification. But most recently, I was working as a senior project manager for business operations for a company called Eat Club, but with in-office meals. It's essentially like, think of it as a DoorDash, but for large enterprise companies, providing their employees with meals. With the turn down and COVID, I'm currently looking for a new role. preferably in the Bay Area or remote. However, I'm also considering relocating to either Dallas, Fort Worth area or Oklahoma City.
Gotcha. Awesome. Well, thank you for sharing. Have you taken a look at that open roles newsletter we put out and seen if any of those companies piqued your interest?
I did actually just look at it, I think yesterday, and I kind of glanced. I didn't go through like, the whole thing or do it.
Definitely. All right. Well, give it a
bit.
look and reach out to me if one of them piques your interest. Because there's a cool startup we actually talked to pretty recently that is still hiring despite the, what's going on in the economy. But they're looking for PM stuff like that. And there's also some larger companies. There's a big variance there and kind of, how crazy you wanted your PM life to be. But definitely look at them and reach out and drop your LinkedIn in the chat.
Yeah, will do. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, man. All right, Josh, let's do it.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? Can you hear me?
Perfectly.
Awesome. So my name is Josh Weike. I've been in the Air Force almost 22 years. I am in Warner Robins, Georgia. So I got 2 kids in high school right now, so I am not looking to relocate. I'm looking to stay here, be remote or remote with travel. And I am networking infrastructure by trade, but I'm looking for project management or project coordinator, project planner, something of that sort. And I am enrolled to hopefully start working on my degree in July.
Awesome. Congratulations. What's your degree in?
So right now it's network operations through WGU.
Awesome. Let's go. That sounds exciting. Well, when the time comes, if you need some assistance with anything, B2B is always here as far as the educational side. For the networking and that sort, Paul and Kevin are both, once again, great connections. Paul has put out a bunch of good stuff, but also that newsletter we put out with the roles. If you see one of those companies that fires you up and they have a role, be more than happy to make an introduction and make connection to get you at least a warm beginning to your hiring process.
Awesome. Thank you.
100%.
Hey, Peter.
Yeah.
I can, Josh, I'll send you a LinkedIn connection.
Awesome.
Because the company I work for may have opportunities for you. I typically am in a project program manager level 3 position, but I'm much more on a server storage support. So maybe they have something at where I work that may accommodate your background.
That would be
especially
awesome.
if you like infrastructure.
Yes, yeah, that would be awesome.
Okay, I'll send you a LinkedIn connection.
Great, thank you.
Look at that. Awesome. Sweet. Nice to meet you, Josh. James, if you want to, I just lost James. Right when I said his name. Oh, okay. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think Zoom's trying to play a trick with me. Just moved your
So-
block from up here to down there right when I said it.
Well, it's nice to meet everyone. James, and currently I just got my bachelor's degree in IT. So I have experience while I was in college. I was working as a software developer, junior software developer. I'm actually located in the Philippines right now, but my home is in Cleveland, Ohio. So I'll be moving back pretty soon after my ceremony. I also just completed a code boot camp using VetTech. So there's also that. And I did some volunteering in the Philippines as a team lead. So I'm pretty familiar. Well, I'm actually very familiar with Scrum and Agile methodologies.
Awesome.
So yeah.
What's the dream role and location?
Dream role is full stack developer. Full stack software developer, and dream location is Cleveland, Ohio, because that's where I'm from. But I'm open to relocation. So yeah.
Awesome. Are you open to apprenticeships that are paid?
I definitely am. Yes.
Okay. Shoot an email to that email, because we're in touch with one at Accenture that's looking to hire a bunch of people into a software dev program. And I'd be more than happy to make an introduction there and at least get it started.
That is awesome. Thank you.
100%. Yeah. Shoot me an email though, so I don't forget. My memory's mediocre at best. That's why I keep saying shoot a message so that we can get the whole B2B team on the same page and do this after the event. But awesome, sweet, nice to meet you, James.
You too. Thanks, man.
Eduardo.
Oh, yep, that's me. Hello to everyone. Sorry about my name being cut off. I have no idea how to change my name. I'm Eduardo Pacheco. I'm stationed in Camp Pendleton, California with 1st Battalion, 1st Marines. I'm their retention specialist. I'm currently going to school for software development and security with the University of Maryland Global Campus. And I'm actually looking at transferring to Grand Canyon University, maybe when I transition back over to Phoenix, Arizona. The goal for me is to become a junior developer, hopefully with a organization that is doing some innovating things. And I'm also studying for the AZ 900, hopefully to go over to the Azure 204 developer certification. And that's all I gotta say.
Awesome. Let's go. Are you? I mean,
Loaded.
Okay. The same goes for you. Are you open to, or are you open to apprenticeships and things of that sort?
I'll be 100% honest with you. I'm open to anything that would give me hands-on experience. So any way to come in.
Awesome. Well, take a look. I can make a connection for you, the same as James as well over at Eccentrics. I know they're looking for their apprenticeship program, but also take a look at our newsletter we put up in there and see if any of those companies excite you. If they have any roles, and shoot an email over to the info@boots2books email.
Awesome. Thank you.
So we can get on. Yeah, 100%. Hey, that's a familiar face right there. Is that Tom Gill?
Hey, Pete, how's it going?
What's up, man?
Well, in addition to working for the fine company of B2B as their project manager, they don't pay very well, though. So I'm also trying to seek out roles after 22 years of service in the U.S. Coast Guard as a pilot mostly, but also as a liaison officer to the Bahamas and Homeland Security Attaché of the Bahamas, as well as a district resource manager for the Southeast District of the Coast Guard. So lots of project management experience, lots of senior executive communications experience, currently looking for chief of staff roles, if anybody knows any. Would love to find one to the CTO, but I'll take any chief of staff role, or possibly a director of PMO or portfolio manager type roles. Fully remote though, because I split time between Little Rock and Tampa, Florida. So they'll have a little less time for Pete and a little more time to make some money, maybe.
Awesome. And Tom has his PMP. Tom, we need to connect you with Nest, that startup, because they're
I
hiring.
also have so PMP, Scrum, and Lean Six Sigma certifications as well. So, yeah.
Dang. Check him out. We need to connect you with Nest, that startup. Don't let me forget, because they're hiring remote, and that's a role that they'll need.
Oh, right, great. Also, I gotta check out of here soon, so I'll drop my LinkedIn for anybody who needs any tips for PMP or anything like that. Again, I don't have help finding jobs because I'm still looking for one too, but you're in good hands with Pete, and I gotta kind of run.
Awesome, Tom. Thank you so much. And yeah, I will definitely speak highly of Tom. He's been absolutely killing it on a super secret project for Boots to Bucks that I almost just told everybody 5 minutes ago. All right, Jose, go ahead, brother.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Good, man, good.
We're having some bad weather over here in Florida, so I hope I don't cut out. We're supposed to be getting a storm.
Oh, okay.
So my name is Jose Ortiz. I did 21 years in the Navy as a senior logistics specialist. I know I hear a lot of ITs that are in the house, but I apologize. I went logistics. So I was a post officer. I worked overseas in Bahrain, Saudi Arabia, Korea, Japan, Manila, Philippines. I've been around the world. Majority of my tours were overseas. Now, I retired in November 2nd of last year. Ever since I retired, I've been trying to get a federal position. And I know a lot of folks are like, yeah, I'm gonna get out the Navy or the military, and I'm gonna try to pursue a federal position. Now, a lot of hiccups that I've been having is I get recommended to the hiring manager, but unfortunately, I don't get a call. I don't get a call. I don't, I've been referred to the hiring manager, last year, sometime in December, and still waiting on calls. So, I mean, my resume is good, but the fact that I feel like, with my experience, I thought, and I heard this a lot in TAPS, and I heard this a lot, prior to transitioning out of the service. Hey, you being a senior logistics officer or senior logistics supervisor, that you will land a job immediately. And a lot of the jobs that I see in my area require a bachelor's degree, even for an inventory manager. And I'm like, an inventory manager, not to belittle any ranks or anything, is a E1 position in the Navy. Right. You count supplies, and you need a bachelor's degree to count supplies.
Right.
Like, I don't see, and especially with 21 years of top secret SCI clearance, and I mean, I feel like I should have landed a job already.
Right.
Now, I did apply to the W2W program with VA, Warrior to Workforce program with VA. And I had an interview, and supposedly the program starts in August. And I haven't heard any word yet. I've reached out to them, and I'm just basically just standing by. I am going to school in pursuit of my bachelor's degree in business administration and accounting. So I am going to school full time for that. Basically, I kind of wanted a position, future position, somewhere where I could probably be like peer support, or be administration support, or an AO, administration officer. But I would love to go back overseas. I would love to go back to Bahrain, work in Bahrain, since I know, I studied the Arabic language, the culture, Saudi Arabia. I don't know if you know Amentum, but I did have kind of a verbal offer from Amentum, and then they came back as a as a logistics instructor, basically training the the Saudi Royal, I guess, military on logistics procedures similar to the Navy. I got a call back stating that the position was put on hold, and after we was preparing to move, fortunately, haven't heard anything back. And this was about 4 months ago.
Right.
So it's been a lot of hiccups for me, as far as positions, as far as seeking a job, I tell you, I've been through the ringer.
Definitely. No, I completely agree. And I think, 21 years of service definitely does a lot more for you and a company than a bachelor's degree would. But good on you for still fulfilling that requirement and getting the degree, because that's only going to do a lot for you in your future. So Michael Brownfield, right below you on my screen, Troops to Logistics is a really good resource. And Michael also said connect with him. It's hard even with a degree, I agree. But there are companies that value that service. One of our volunteers, Lulu, she's not here right now, works for Northrop Grumman. She's in the UAE, but they have AO-esque roles. And they are overseas, and they do very much value military service. So drop an email to me, and I'd be happy to connect you with her to look at some places that, some future roles that would at least.
I tell you what, sir, I don't even know how to use. I'm old school. I don't know how to use all these gadgets and stuff. I leave it up to the ITs. But how would I drop an email to you, sir?
Here, how about that? If you want to, how about you direct message me your email, and I'll send one to you.
Okay.
Hey, Peter.
Yeah.
Okay, I got something to say on this one too.
I love it.
I'm not trying to overstep. Jose, I will tell you one trick that a lot of people don't know about getting into the federal government. If you know someone that knows either the hiring manager or someone that's kind of within the realm, they
Good
can
old
easily
boy.
slide your resume to them. Also, if you do know somebody, typically you won't necessarily have to go through an interview per se to slide through it. But also I would say, like in your logistics background, I would say also kind of tap into like the other areas within logistics, like procurement. Look for
Yeah,
like maybe procurement opportunities. If you've done like a lot of budgeting, I would
I've done
tap
it all.
into
Financial
budgeting.
management, budgeting, accounting. Ain't nothing in logistics that I haven't touched. When that ship pulls in the port, you got to make sure that you have everything ready to roll, paid for, and you got aircraft carrier rolling in, and you got to make sure you got vehicles set up, rentals. You got to make sure potable water set up. You got to pay for all these husbanding services. So, there ain't nothing in logistics I haven't touched that I know something about. And I don't mean to sound like overconfident, you know what I'm saying? Because I had an interview and they said that I sounded overconfident. But I tell you what, if I know the job, and if I don't know the job, I'm going to tell you, I don't know the job. I'll look at the publications, I'll look at the instructions, and I'll get to know the job. But if I know the job, I'm going to tell you, look, I put my hands on that job and I've done that job. And I feel like some of the time they feel intimidated, I don't know. It's just hasn't gone good for me. Anyways.
No, I completely agree, man. I mean, it's a confusing, frustrating, annoying process. The good thing about it is there's a lot of people that also sucked through it that are completely willing to, lend an ear or lend a hand how they can. So let's link up after this. Link up with Michael
Yes,
and
sir.
Troops to Logistics.
Yes, sir.
And I'm just gonna send you my email and chat right now, just in case it gets mixed up or anything. So that'll be in the chat. My personal email I just sent to you on DM. And
Okay,
let's have a chat after this. We can talk about the resume, the interview, Northrop Grumman, federal, make any connections we can, but we can have some more time to dive into it.
Yes,
Peter,
sir.
can I jump in?
Yeah, go for it.
So I think some of the misconception that our counterparts out there that don't have military service believe sometimes is that we're looking for that cushy role because we were seniors or we were 30 years in the military, 20, whatever the number is. And, oh, well, you had a cushy job. I had someone tell me that when I was getting interviewed, when the guy was trying to fire me, even though they hired me. I mean, literally my interview for the company I work at now as a contractor, I think he was really trying to fire me because I came home. My wife said, how'd it go? I said, I think he was trying to fire me before I was hired. I mean, it was odd, really odd. And now I work kind of indirectly for him on a project. So it's really, I mean, he's a good guy, but he's an odd interviewer.
No, it's definitely a weird thing. But definitely,
Peter, do we still have the connection over at Builders First?
yeah, definitely. That's a good connection as well. Like they probably want some AO stuff as well, I'd assume, Paul. All right, we're gonna do two more, and then it's Ricky's turn to share about some higher education stuff. And I know we already have one person whose mind may be blown, so let's see if we can keep it going. We're gonna do Murray and Alfredo, and then we gotta cut it. All right, Beatrice, we'll do yours too, just because I'm not gonna leave out solely one person. Okay, last three. Then Ricky, it's all you, brother. Murray, go ahead.
All right, hey, how's it going, everybody? My name's actually Nick. Murray's my first name. Go by Nick. So wanted to introduce myself. Apologize for the dress code. Just got done exercising after work, but I wanted to get on here, introduce myself. Nick Griffin. I've been in the Army for 21 years. Retiring next year, so I'm about a year out. I'm looking at some different programs, but I'm always looking for more resources, always trying to learn. While I was in here, I also wanted to put my name out there too. I dropped my LinkedIn in the chat. I have some valuable resources as well. I've heard some stuff in here. Cyber, if you're in cyber, and if any of you have TS or polys, reach out to me. I know some people. I'm here at Fort Gordon right now, which is the home of cyber for the Army. There's a lot of positions going on here. I was just in the hiring our heroes yesterday up there with them, and they had 22 Amazon recruiters out there. Wow. Just drooling at the mouth for military people with TSs with polys. I mean, they are really looking for them, and a ton of contractors here on base and around the country looking for them. Florida, those in Florida that are anywhere near the East Coast, that if you're in IT, got a bachelor's, regular IT, cyber, I've got some great connections with contractors over there on the Cape, doing stuff with the space program and stuff out there. So I'd be happy to introduce you there. The last two I just wanted to throw out there, if you're not familiar, there's some good programs going on with Wells Fargo and Bank of America. If you're familiar with those, they're doing some great stuff for military. They're paid internships, and they pay well for the internship, because you're actually in an internship, I think, for a year and a half or 2 years almost, but the pay you're getting while you're doing it is very well. So, and that's in the technology field for them as well. There's some other roles, but that's in the technology field. If there's any military recruiters out there, hit me up on LinkedIn. I know some people there. So I just want to put myself out there. I'm here to help as well. And I'm always wanting to give back to veterans and do what I can. So I appreciate
that. Definitely, man. Thank you so much. You said you dropped your LinkedIn in the chat, Nick?
I did. I dropped my LinkedIn in the chat, and definitely following you and following the Boots to Books. I've been following that. So anything I can do, if you see a contact on my page that you'd like an intro to, please shoot me some information, and I'd be happy to talk to you, or give an intro to somebody I know.
Hell yeah, let's go, man. Well, you guys heard him. Blow Nick up. Let's have his LinkedIn app just break on him, eh? Yeah. But awesome. Thank you so much, Nick. That's really
no
really
worries.
Awesome.
Thanks.
All right, Alfredo, did we lose Beatrice? Maybe. All right, go ahead, Alfredo.
Hello, everyone. My name is Alfredo. Right now I'm in Albuquerque, and I'm finishing up my bachelor's degree in management information systems. Awesome. I'll be finishing that up the end of this year, and I just want to get my feet wet on what's possible and other certs to be ready for when the time comes. I want to move back to the East Coast. That's where I'm from. I'm originally from Florida, but looking for the Baltimore, DC area to move to, just for family wise. But I'm looking for eventually a role in system administration or data analyst, something along those lines. And I just want to, I'll have my last semester starting here in the fall will be kind of like lenient semester. So I also want to take as much certifications that would like push me up if it can, so that's just kind of where I'm at. Just want to see what's out there and what else can I do to better myself and make myself more marketable in the market.
Awesome. Well, the degree is already a great thing you're doing. I think when it comes to certifications and stuff like that, before you buy anything or pay for anyone, check out Whole Cyberhuman Initiative. B2B does a lot of great certs too. But Paul has a really, really, really good list of free trainings and things that you can put on your resume and add actually hard backing before you start spending money. And maybe you'll do one of those free things and be like, damn, I really love this. And then maybe look into doing some CompTIA cert focused on that specifically or whatever it may be. But definitely connect with Paul and Kevin and look into the free resources that Paul's got, because those will help a lot.
I will. Yeah, thanks. Appreciate it.
100%. Yeah. I believe that is everyone.
No.
Beatrice, okay. Oh, your hand went down. That's where you went. I thought you left the room. What's up? My bad. I'm not trying to cut you off. Go ahead.
No, I had to move my car real quickly. Okay, so hi, I am Beatrice. I just hopped on just to kind of honestly learn about your program. I work for ICF. I am a systems admin. So the guy that just spoke, I forgot your name already, but if you want to connect, I'll be more than happy to connect you with that. I know that right now we're looking for like developers, some architects, some automation like testers and stuff like that. So ICF is a great government contracting agency. They're a really good company to work for. Very great life-home balance. So if you're looking for something like that, I would definitely recommend checking them out. So yeah, I'm just here.
Awesome. That's amazing. I mean, a lot of people are really interested in those roles. Can you drop your LinkedIn in the chat for them?
Yes, I can.
Awesome. So Alfredo, sysadmin roles right there. I know there was another who'd said it, but just stuff to look into. Another great connection to have as you finish your degree. But
And
thanks
then,
so much.
and then, sorry, and then another good resource is Mavis. If you're not familiar with, Mavis helps with those military wives and then also veterans help get your certifications. They have like a few weeks where you learn about Salesforce admin, the app builders, and other certifications they offer for either free or $250 if I recall. So it's fairly cheap, but it's also a really, really great service. So I'll drop that also in the link so people can check them out as well. If you're into Salesforce and trying to get into that field, yeah.
Awesome. No, that's so amazing. Thank you so much. Well, there's a great connection. So we have two things. We have the great Ricky Hernandez here with GCU to blow some minds about higher education. Really quick before that, Michael Rafirza is going to share about optimizing LinkedIn and the great things he has. If he's still in here, he is. Michael, do you want to grab the mic for me really quick? Let's see. He may have stepped away for a second. Nope,
There
he's
we
here.
go. Can you hear me?
Yep, gotcha.
All right. Also forgive the video. Sorry. So hey everyone. I see a couple familiar faces in here. Hira, Paul, Kevin. It's good seeing you as always, my man. So a quick introduction about myself. 19 years, U.S. Navy chief, getting ready to retire next year for myself. I'm looking at doing a skill bridge with Amazon over in their ADC side of the house. But to why I'm actually here. So what I do is I offer one-on-one personal LinkedIn profile reviews with any service member or anyone who's transitioning out of the military, military spouses, even just civilians. So it's something that I just found myself loving how to do after 2 years being on LinkedIn. And what I really drive towards is I help you build your profile so recruiters can find you instead of you going out and trying to find recruiters. There's a big difference. LinkedIn, just like any other social networking site, is a big algorithm and how it works. So I know how to fix or optimize your profile to make that happen for you. The other thing that I do is I also teach networking skills, how to do targeted networking on LinkedIn, how to connect with people within your area, both geographically and within your enterprise IT industry, or really just any industry across the board. I have partnered with Kevin before. We've done a couple YouTube videos together. I've done a video on how to optimize your profile. I also have, if you're looking just for like a very quick reference guide, you don't have time, I get it. It's just one of those things where, you don't have 45 minutes to talk to someone. If you go to my profile, I'll actually take and I'll post this again inside the chat here. Awesome. Go to my page. Under my featured section, you will see a profile guide review. And essentially, it's a step-by-step guide, how to optimize your profile to the best of the ability that you can without doing that personal one-on-one. Another thing that we can do, Peter, if you want to later on, I don't mean to put you on the spot, but if you wanted to host an actual Zoom event where we can get more than just one-on-one people, I'm more than happy to do that as well. Okay. So if anyone has any questions, please reach out.
Definitely. Michael, let's chat after this. I'd love to do something like that, but thank you so much for coming on and what you do on LinkedIn and networking. It's, I mean, insanely important. So doing it right has got to be, on everybody's checklist.
Put your LinkedIn in the chat.
Yeah. But without further ado, so at the end of Ricky's presentation in the event, we'll do the Scrum Master giveaway. But Ricky, without further ado, thank you so much for coming on. Ricky Hernandez on behalf of Grand Canyon University.
Awesome. Thank you. I really appreciate the opportunity to come chat with you guys. My name is Ricky. A little bit about me. I currently serve in the Air Force. I guess I just wanted to live a life of being made fun of by all the other branches, but to make it a little bit worse, I decided to be a weekend warrior at that. So I'm Chair Force Weekend Warrior. I am a staff sergeant, and I work in logistics and air transportation, so I can relate to some of you. Jose, I got your back, man. I got your back. But in the civilian sector, I am a counselor with Grand Canyon University, and I'm a counselor for only military personnel, veterans, and their family. So I have the privilege of working solely with those individuals, helping them navigate through some of the challenges that come with that, and providing them a clear path to achieve their degree, so that way they're more prepared and their families are more prepared. So I put together a presentation here. It's a two-part presentation. The first part is informative information that I think is valuable for veterans and their families. And the second half is GCU based. So I'll try to be as quick as possible to be to be respectful of everybody's time. While everybody's making fun of me in the chat, I'll just try to ignore it.
I think any branch you say, 3/4 of the people are gonna chirp you, so you just got to live with it.
That's all right. That's all right. I embrace it. So really what I wanted to do with this presentation is I wanted to paint a picture in everybody's head. I know there's a lot of well-educated individuals in here. I've had people reach out to me already talking about pursuing a doctorate. God bless your soul. But for those of you who maybe have thought to yourself, college, it's such an exhausting idea to think about going to school. If you're like me, I worked full-time. And so the idea of trying to go to school full-time and work full-time, it's one of those forget about it thoughts, right? It's not a balance that we're typically used to being able to have. And especially if you have family, it just adds on to that burden. So, but what I wanted to do with this presentation is I wanted to paint a picture in all of your heads. So that way, you know that pursuing a degree, whether it's your undergrad, master's or doctorate, it's not as impossible as it may sound. So we'll just jump right in. I didn't put fancy animations on the slide, so I hope you all forgive me for that. But before we start, I want to get this out of the way. Just want to say the first portion of this presentation is represented entirely by me, information that comes from me as an individual and is in no way associated with any organization I may relate to. It's intended to be informative, but always double check information before you guys go making a financial decision of any sort or committing yourself to anything. Any representation of an organization, Grand Canyon, it will be made very clear when that portion will start in the second half of this, okay? So just wanted to get myself out of trouble with legal. No, I'm just kidding. So things that I'm going to discuss here. First, I just want to talk about what do you want to achieve? And I think I've heard plenty of it from some of you guys here in the call so far. But we're going to touch on that and just some thoughts to keep in the back of your head. We're going to talk about why education is important, not just in the traditional university sense, but also other forms of education. We're going to talk about what you've already done that you may not know about. That's my favorite part there. And then we're going to talk about what makes sense given 1 through 3 in your head, what makes the most logical sense for you to do. And then lastly, I'm going to provide you with some information on some benefits that could really make education a reality for you. So we'll jump right in with what do you want to achieve? So the first thought that comes into my head when I think about what my goals are is you have to ask yourself, where do you want to be? It may not be in 10 years, it may be in 5, but just ask yourself, where do I want to find myself in this chunk of years? What ideal role would I like to be in? Because if you don't have that in mind, you're going to find that your path is going to be very messy. And I think we all maybe know somebody who pursued a bachelor's degree in psychology and they're currently working in some business field. And that seems to be some of the things that happen when we don't have a clear idea of what it is that we want to achieve. And then ask yourself, with that in mind, what do employers in this field look for, right? Sometimes we can get distracted by some opportunities that maybe are not feeding into that goal that we have and what it is that we want to achieve. So by keeping in the back of your mind, think of yourself as the recruiter. What do they want to see? Connecting with individuals within that field, networking, asking them, what would you want to see? It's going to help you have an idea about what decision to make. Now, then we start looking at okay, what education path is going to help me get there? You want to make sure you pursue the right degree program, ladies and gentlemen. You can sometimes get away with pursuing a degree and then getting a job that's really good in another field just because you have education. Some people have that work out for them. But oftentimes, if you want to pursue a specific job, you're going to need to have a degree that's relevant to that job. So you're going to want to make sure you utilize your resources. Talentdesk.com is just one of many that offer that opportunity for you to match what jobs and what degrees go hand in hand. Okay, so utilize those opportunities. And then also ask yourself, this is one that sometimes we overlook, is there a degree that will complement what you've already done? And I bring this up for my veteran and military friends because we have done some awesome things in our time in service, right? And if it's something that you've enjoyed, I mean, we've had people in here that have served for 20 plus years. If it's something that you've enjoyed, a degree would complement that work experience so much to the point where you are prime position to land that job that you want. And sometimes you want to get away from what it was that you did in the military. And so this wouldn't be applicable to you, but it is definitely something to give some thought. Okay. So let's talk about why education is important. There's many reasons, but I also want to mention that this isn't exclusive, right? Education doesn't always do everything for everybody. Just like serving in the military doesn't always give everybody the best skill set ever, right? Every demographic of person of experience that you look at, there's going to be those individuals that it doesn't click for them. So take this as you will, but there is a major pay gap when it comes to those that have education and those that don't. Now, I also know electricians. I know people that have established themselves in trades that make a crap ton of money, excuse my language. So this is not a standard rule for everybody, but typically speaking, if you have a degree, you're going to make more money than if you didn't have a degree. And then the highest earners in the US have a bachelor's degree or higher. So take that for what you will, but 63% of the highest earners in the US have at least a bachelor's degree. And then my favorite is that people with a degree tend to love their jobs a little bit more, and they don't see their job as just something that they're slaving away for to try and pay their bills, right? We don't want to get caught in that vicious cycle of, I just need to make ends meet. Sometimes people with degrees, they just find themselves a little happier with what they do. So, and when you're spending 40, 50 hours a week doing it, you should probably try to be happy, right? So now let's talk about what you have already done. So a lot of you may not know, you've already started school. And it's unfortunate that many people don't know this, but I experience it all the time in what I do. Your time in the service, unless you served prior to, I think it's prior to like the 70s, your time in the service has earned you college credits. And I'm going to show you an example of what that may look like. But some of you, Jose, my man, you've probably spent, I'm just picking on you, Jose, because you're at the top of my screen, sir. But you have spent many years in logistics, and I'm sure you've attended specialty schools to qualify you for these additional responsibilities. You probably have a lot of credits that are hanging out. I know you said you're pursuing school. I hope you were able to take advantage of those, but a lot of people don't. And what a lot of people don't realize is that there are schools out there that will take those credits and they will apply them towards your degree, making you that much closer to finishing that degree and being that much closer to your goals. So the Army, Navy, Marine Corps, and Coast Guard, you can actually retrieve your transcripts through JST. It's the Joint Service Transcripts website. In the Air Force, we're special, so they had to have a separate website for us. It's through the Community College of the Air Force, and they can pull your transcripts and send them right over to you. I'm going to put all the useful links in this presentation in the chat at the end. So you guys can have them. And even if you're not pursuing school, I strongly encourage you all to pull your transcripts and have them, because you never know when there's going to be a flood in a record where all the records are, where there's going to be a fire. I think we've experienced a little bit of that with our DD-214s in the past. So definitely pull that information to have, okay? So this is my personal, well, this is an older version, but this is my personal CCAF, Community College of the Air Force transcript, and this is what it looks like. And if you guys just look through, at this point in time, all I had accomplished was basic training, tech school, and for those who are familiar with the Air Force skill levels, I had gone up to journeyman to my 5 skill level, and I accumulated. I think if you add those up, I'm not a mathematician. It's probably around 20. I think it's 23 or 24 credits just from my time in the service. And I'm a weekend warrior, so I haven't even been fully engulfed in the. I'm sorry if that offends anybody. I just like to play fun with myself, but I haven't even fully been committed to all the different schooling options that are available. So this is just to give you an idea. So once you have those pieces in your mind, then you have to ask yourself, what makes the most sense with what I know and what I have presented in front of me and what I know I've accomplished already. What makes the most sense? And it may not be college, and that is perfectly fine. And that's one thing that I want to emphasize, because there's definitely this, I don't know if stigma is the right word, but there's this weird thing in the US right now that if you don't have college, you're just not going to be successful. And I think that there's plenty of people that have broke that stereotype. It helps. Don't get me wrong. I'm here to talk about schooling. It definitely helps, but it's not the end all of everything. Okay. Consider trade schools and certification programs. Trade schools are absolutely wonderful. They provide, listen, if you're an electrician or a construction foreman in the Dallas area right now, which is where I live, you're making some good money, and those are the guys driving around with the Denali trucks, the brand new GMC Denalis, because they're cashing out because they're doing really well. It's a very, very reasonable route to pursue. And then some employers value military training more than a degree, to be honest. If you have 20 years of military training and you have leadership in the military, and it's usually going to be those veteran owned or veteran managed businesses that are going to hold this opinion, but just keep that in mind. Sometimes it's just a matter of looking for the right opportunity and somebody to see that value in what you've done. And then my biggest one, and I put this in bold letters because I never want to see a veteran dig themselves into student loan debt unless it's the last option. Does it make sense financially? The government will literally loan you money, and you don't even have to check your credit score. They'll just loan you money because they can. And it is the most dangerous thing that can haunt somebody's life to get yourself deep into student loan debt. Seek out all of the options that you have before it comes to that point. Now, on the topic of the financial part of it, let's talk about what resources are available to you. So if you served if you served September 11th or beyond, then you qualify for the post 9/11 GI Bill. It's the most commonly used one these days. Reservists qualify for it too. They just have to have served a certain amount of time of active duty. There's the Montgomery GI Bill for those that served prior to post 9/11. And then you have your reserve GI Bill, which is a small one, but it's available for reservists. If you are 100% disabled, your family, your spouse, your dependents have the survivor's independence bill available to them. And then if all of those are unavailable to you, you have the Veteran Readiness and Employment Bill, which is basically focused to help you get education to achieve a degree that will help you land a job. So those are all available to you. I put the VA link on the bottom because they have an awesome comparison tool that'll let you look up any school, any bill, break it all down for you, and give you an idea of what financial benefits are available, okay? So with that being said, you can still apply for federal aid. Just because you're using a GI Bill doesn't mean that the federal government isn't willing to help you out. So if you're one of these people who maybe you don't have a job right now, or you have a job, but it doesn't pay a whole lot, it's just kind of something you're doing to pass time, apply for FAFSA. Please do, because you can qualify for grants that will just add money to help fund your time through school. It's just free money. Right now, the current max Pell Grant amount is about $6,900 per year. And this is going to come into play here in just a moment as to why that's important. and find a school that's going to provide you with opportunity for scholarships and stuff. Search around, shop for a school. Don't just settle unless it's a school you just dreamed about going to. I guess, of course, at that point you would want to stick with it, but shop around. Now, CLEP. I don't know if anybody here hasn't heard about CLEP, but it is a godsend. And how I define CLEP, I think it's a pretty solid definition, is it's a test out of classes. So you are testing out of general education classes. So math classes, history classes, all of those ones that are they're not related to your degree program. They're just a little, we have to do them. You can test out of those. And if you are a service member, whether you are reserve, guard, active duty, if you're a spouse of somebody in the Coast Guard, or if you're a civilian employee of the Air Force, it's free. It's free for you. Those tests are usually like $90 each. It's free, and the study guide comes with it. For veterans, you can use your GI Bill to pay for it. But if you're good and you can lock in, you can knock out all of your general ed classes pretty quick. And then when you start school, you're a step ahead. It's the funding with the military through the Dante's program. So if you're interested in what that looks like I said, I'm going to throw a link in the chat here when I'm done. But it is a very important piece to getting your degree done fast and not having to spend a lot of money. So if we take all of that information and we put it all together, I put up an example of a degree program here on the screen that kind of gives you ranges of what a typical degree program would look like and what it consists of credit-wise. So if you take that my community college of the Air Force transcript, I had 24 credits on there. Those will transfer in as electives, and then you CLEP all of your general ed. Now, it's not the easiest thing ever to CLEP all of your general ed, but if you CLEPed all of those classes, if you were that dedicated, that's another 40. 62 out of 120 of your credits are already accomplished for your undergrad, and you haven't even started sitting down to actually take a class. So you've already paid for half of your program right off the bat. So that's the picture I want to paint in your head when we think about, man, would it be exhausting to pursue school, and I don't have the time. 4 years, I don't even know what I'll be doing in 4 years. Please let that leave your head, because it's most likely not your situation. And then to give an idea of the cost breakdown, now big red numbers on the bottom, there's a lot of things that are going to contribute to the cost of your schooling. This is just for illustration ideas only. This is with that 62 out of 120 credits accomplished. This is a breakdown of what a cost at a typical school would look like. And by typical school, I mean a school that I may or may not be associated with. And you'll notice after all the breakdown of everything in the bottom right corner, we're net positive $11,763. Now, there are schools that will take that excessive funding and they'll cut you a stipend check for that money, so it can help to go to the cost of your education, whether it be through books or no, you're not going to pay for books because you're going to go see Peter, and Peter's going to help you out with the cost of books. But whether it be for just living expenses, supplies, you're going to get that money back in the form of a stipend at some universities. Not all universities do it. So that concludes the first informative part of this presentation. This is the part where I'm going to stop sharing very quickly, and then I'm going to now represent Grand Canyon University and tell you how it is that I can help you achieve an education. Let me share this back 1 second. All right, can you all see that? We good? Awesome. All right, Grand Canyon University. Somebody had mentioned that they drive past it. It's in Phoenix, Arizona. It's the largest private university in the United States. And we bleed purple, man. That's what it's all about. I'm not wearing my purple polo, but Grand Canyon has done some really great things to embrace the online platform since COVID happened. It's really taken a big upturn on how many people would rather pursue school online, and they've constructed degree programs for the working class. And I'm going to talk about it a little bit. So it was founded in 1949, a long time ago. Like I said, it's in Phoenix, Arizona. There are approximately 22,000 ground students and 90,000 plus online students. The curriculum for the online students is the same curriculum for the traditional on-campus students, just presented to you a little differently. And there's over 275 academic programs to choose from, including over 240 online programs. That's a lot. So I've had a lot of people asking me in the chat, do they offer this? Do they offer that? Most likely, because we have a lot. So, and we have 9 distinct colleges within our university. So why GCU? Well, a few different reasons. I think traditional students, I don't know if any of you are in Phoenix that would want to go on campus, but of course we have that option. They also offer evening classes, but fully 100% online classes that are flexible and convenient. Now, I've heard a couple of people mention Western Governors. Western Governors is also a very reasonable option, not as transfer friendly from what I've heard, but very similar experience with Grand Canyon University. And then I'm going to skip through some of this because I want to be respectful of everybody's time. No out-of-state tuition. So if you live in the very tip top of Maine and you want to go to school with Grand Canyon Online, we're not going to charge you an out-of-state tuition cost. Okay. So the colleges, we have all of the ones that you would expect, science, engineering, and technology. That's going to include all of our cybersecurity and IT folks. We do offer those programs, humanities and social sciences, education, which is the oldest college with the university, fine arts and production, doctoral studies, nursing, which has gained a lot of popularity since COVID, and then the College of Business, and then the College of Theology, because the school is a Christian university. Now stop, Ricky, a Christian university. That's not my faith. Do I have to be doing Bible studies and classes? No, you don't. If you want to, you can. We do offer those types of classes, but the university will be as much of a Christian experience as you want it to be. We don't force that upon anybody. So just wanted to get that out of the way for you. So let's talk money. All right. So for those that don't have an undergrad, that don't have a bachelor's degree, and especially those that are still active, guard, or reserve, your cost per credit hour is half of what it is for everybody else, 250 per credit hour. Now, for those of you that are still in the service, tuition assistance through your respective military branches will cover the remainder. Also, all of the books are included in the cost of tuition with Grand Canyon University. So I know Peter has a resource to you, but we won't have to sweat that because it's already paid for you.
That's
if you're in the
huge.
service. Yes. It is called our Canyon Connect fee, and we just put everything in ebooks and we provide it for you. And that's waived for military members and their spouses. So you're not paying for books. I've had people inquire about master's and doctoral programs. There is the cost if you're still in the service. We do have scholarships for veterans. It's not as much, but nonetheless, we still have those options and we can chat one-on-one for those. But this is pretty substantial, and this is what I get to work with, and this is why I love my job, because when I can tell people that they don't have to pay for their undergrad if they're in the service, I'm all about it. I put some smiles on people's faces. I'm not going to spend too much time on the different programs within the colleges. These are the most popular ones. I do want to stop and point out the applied management and applied entrepreneurship options. That's 2 of many applied programs that we have. Now, what an applied program is it's a degree that values your time that you've spent outside of school. The bank of classes that are electives, the bank of elective credits that are allotted for these programs is higher than other programs, allowing you to transfer in more. You can transfer in 90 out of 120 of your credits with Grand Canyon University. And I will tell you, I have never seen a military credit, college credit, that hasn't transferred in with Grand Canyon University. Very transfer friendly. So I forget who said it, but they said Western Governors only wanted to transfer in like 24 of their something. That's disheartening because that's a lot of time that you spent that you deserve. So we won't do that to you here at Grand Canyon University, but those applied programs are awesome for that exact reason. Information systems, software development, cybersecurity, business administration, and IT. We offer those programs as well. If you were looking to break into one of those industries and you feel like you can learn a little bit more, come talk to me. We can make it happen. We can take a look at least see what it would look like for you to achieve that, okay? And then College of Nursing, RN to BSN, Master and Doctoral. And that's pretty much that. So the student experience, I'm almost done here, I promise. I know some of you probably fallen asleep. I appreciate you sticking with me. But this is basically what your experience would look like during the admissions process. You meet with me, I'm your counselor. So you get to talk to me as much as you want. You meet with me, we're gonna give you an idea of an unofficial evaluation of what you've already done. I'm gonna help you navigate through finding your transcripts, getting them evaluated, and I will have that unofficial evaluation back to you in 24 hours. We're gonna make it quick. We don't have time to be burning, right? We gotta make this happen. Then once we transfer in all your credits, I'm gonna provide you with an unofficial schedule of what your program is gonna look like with Grand Canyon. And then after that, we're gonna do the steps needed to get you to start. We have start dates for each program every single month. So you're not waiting until August to start classes. You want to start next week, you're going to put a lot of pressure on me, but we'll make it happen. Additionally, this is the biggest piece. Our classes are taken one at a time, and you're considered full-time. And those classes are 7 to 8 weeks long. Very manageable. So when I talk about the working class, when I talk about managing life, that's why you can manage it. And the curriculum stays consistent. You're not sacrificing quality of education. You're getting the same material, but it's being delivered to you in a different way. You'll answer discussion questions. You'll have an assignment due at the end of every week. And then you'll have a couple of other things sprinkled in there. And that's pretty much that. You don't have to be online for any mandatory class sessions. None of that, okay? So this is an idea of what that credit evaluation looks like. I'm sorry, this is the mock schedule. This is gonna be what it would look like. We'll give you a breakdown of every class that you're gonna take, the date frames for it, the credits, how many weeks it is. And then this is an idea of what your transfer credits are gonna look like. So you'll see here in the middle, applied 80. Like I said, we can take in up to 90. And then we'll give you an idea of what classes transferred in and what ones you still need to fulfill. We're not looking, this is big, we're not looking for students, okay? I want to see through to your graduation. And that's one of the things that I enjoy, is that I get to be your counselor all the way to the end. So you're gonna get sick of me because I'm going to be holding you accountable is another piece. I know I need a kick in the butt sometimes. I need some accountability. I'm going to be watching to see if you're doing your discussion questions. And if you're not, I'm going to call you and I'm going to say, Peter, what's going on, man? You know, you have a discussion question going on, right? Don't make me do that, but I can do it for you because we all need a little bit of accountability every once in a while. So we're looking to see you through to graduation, and we're willing to do everything possible to make that happen, okay? I am your counselor. If you needed to meet with somebody locally, guess what? There's going to be somebody in your area. I don't care where you are. That's a counselor that can assist you, because Grand Canyon University has taken people and placed counselors everywhere in the country to help you out with your needs. Okay. You're also going to have a whole team of people behind you that are going to help you in every aspect of your education. So we're not going to leave you hanging. It's not just a sign up. All right, see you later. Good luck. Don't fail. And then we'll see you at graduation. We have people that are going to be with you the whole step of the way. I already talked about that. So this is the fun part. I want, how many people, just by a raise of hand, or maybe you throw it in chat, how many people like free stuff? I know I do. I like free. Free's good. Free's definitely good.
I like free stuff. I do.
I bet you do, Peter. Free is good. I want to fly. Anybody who wants, I want to fly you out to Phoenix, to our campus in Phoenix. I don't care if you live in the tip top of Maine. I want to offer to anybody who wants to see what Grand Canyon University is doing. I want to offer to fly you out, all expense paid, to Arizona to see our campus, to experience what it is that we're doing, and to see what it is that you're investing yourself into. This is something that I'm passionate about. The university is passionate about. It is on a weekend. Yeah, it's on a weekend, I promise. It'll usually be a Saturday that it happens. But I want to provide that opportunity to this group. That way you can meet the deans of the schools that you're going to be attending. You can meet some of the community. You can meet with not only myself, I'll fly out there and meet you guys because I like free stuff too, but also the other counselors, your academic counselor. You're going to be able to meet with everybody that would be on your team, and you can tour the campus. Although you'll be an online student, you'll still be able to see what it is that you're getting yourself into. So that QR code right there, I know y'all see. Can y'all see it on the bottom there? That QR code, if you scan that QR code, it's going to take you to my Facebook page. No, I'm just kidding. It's going to take you to my counselor page. And there's a little questionnaire portion at the bottom. It'll ask you what you're interested in and things like that. That information comes directly to me, okay? And it'll put your name on my radar. And also my email is right there. Please send me an email. That's my phone number there. Call me, just not after 9 p.m. Whatever you need to do to get a hold of me, please do it. I am here for you, but I want you guys to be able, if you're willing and if you want to, I want you guys to be able to experience what it is that we're doing. And there's the same QR code again, but that concludes my presentation. Thank you guys again. I really do appreciate the time. I'm excited about helping the veteran community. You know, when we talk about transition and we talk about what we can do to start to shift some of the statistics that we've experienced in the past when it comes to veteran homelessness and displacement of jobs and things of that variety. There's a lot of things that we can do to help mitigate that issue. But one of the biggest pieces is providing us with the resources, making us feel confident in our abilities, and giving us a mission to accomplish, just like we did in our time in the service. So I'm here to make that happen for you guys. And if there's anything that I can do, even if it's not with Grand Canyon University, please connect with me. I'm here for you. And that's that. But I have one more thing. I promise. Last one. We talk about certifications a lot. It was thrown around quite a bit in this call, and I wanted to share a resource with you all that I discovered. I don't know if you guys have heard of Coursera, but Coursera is it's pretty much this whole online platform of different universities offering like 5-class certification.
Good luck with Coursera.
What's that? I'm sorry.
I've never had any good luck with Coursera. I've taken the classes that were free, and then they end up being where they stop right in the middle.
So I'm gonna if you don't know about this, I'm gonna put you on to something pretty special. As a, I
didn't mean to talk over you. I'm sorry.
No, you're good, man. You're good. I appreciate the input. As a service member, veteran, or a spouse, there's like dozens of Coursera courses that are free, and I'm gonna share that with you guys really quick, okay? Because, and I'm not saying that this is gonna land you your dream job, okay? So please don't hold me to that. But can you all see that? But this can definitely supplement good work experience and a degree. If you look here, professional development programs, you have everything from Six Sigma, Yellow. I think University System of Georgia actually offers all the different colors. But IT and cybersecurity, you have IBM, you have everything from, I saw Java in here, full stack web development. And these are 4, 6, 5 course specializations that you can use to really take yourself to the next level, or at least gain a familiarity. And for our cybersecurity folks, I'm just like Peter, I'm a little ignorant when it comes to that field. So you're probably looking at me like, dude, that course is not going to get you your dream job in cybersecurity. Maybe not, but it might be a good help for you if you're close to it. So I'm going to throw this link in the links that I'm going to put in the chat here in just a minute. It's through Eventbrite. You're going to register, and then they're going to send you an email in like 48 hours with your link to create your account for all of your free courses. Okay, so please utilize this. With that,
cool.
I'm done.
Awesome.
And I appreciate
Ricky,
your time.
Dang, man, I wasn't ready for you to come out here like you're Oprah, giving out, flights to Arizona and Coursera and everything. Thank you so much, man. I mean, that was a lot more than we could have asked for. So thank you for giving us some of your time and being literally a living resource until 9 p.m. Like you said, his phone number shuts off then. But for being a living resource for vets, military spouses transitioning, looking at higher education. I mean, that's amazing, man. Thank you so much. So look in the chat for his information, because that is not something you want to miss. Before we do the Scrum Master giveaway, we have one more representative, Hira from Amherst College, to share a little more about higher education and some other great tips. And then we're going to get into the Scrum Master giveaway before 6 and let everybody get home.
Yeah, somebody made a comment about me smiling because Ricky was so on point with everything. I love it. Higher ed can be very daunting. We don't want it to be overwhelming. What I do recommend, and as Ricky said, those of us that are here, whether it's our school or not, reach out. We have contacts in the higher ed space. Let us connect you to the other military points of contacts on the campuses you're interested in. Do not navigate this on your own. You don't have to. I am with Amherst College. We are a small, highly selective liberal arts college in Western Massachusetts. We do focus more on the veterans than the active duty. Unfortunately, we are a full-time residential campus, so we want you here as part of our community. We do have a travel grant as well if you'd like to come and see our campus and get to know the community a little bit better. We do have an open curriculum, which means we don't have any gen ed requirements. You get to design your program, basically. And whether it's Amherst or another highly selective school, please reach out to me if you're considering any of them. Again, these institutions are looking for veterans, military, family members. And again, if you're thinking of any of these elite institutions, reach out. I have points of contact at many of them. In addition to the points about some of the benefits, I do want to note that VRNE is an employment program. So I am also a disability professional, certified rehabilitation counselor. My background is helping people get empowered in their services. So if you're going through the VA rating process, if you're considering VRNE, if you want to learn about VOC Rehab, which is the state level program that is equivalent to VRNE, reach out. I want to help you get your resources and get the benefits that you deserve. Again, a lot of VRNE is describing exactly why that education program aligns with your employment track, because it's not a guarantee that they're going to approve education, but I can try and help you get more prepared for those discussions. So just be aware of that. I also, please look at the yellow ribbon institutions, know how their programs work at each school, because it isn't a blanket program at every institution. So if you look at that financial piece, look at the schools that have yellow ribbon to begin with, how many slots or appointments they have for it. Currently at Amherst, any veteran who qualifies, we cover as part of our yellow ribbon program. So that means whatever the GI Bill isn't covering, we cover that cost. We are also a no loan institution, so we do not package loans as part of your coming to Amherst. So really, if you want to reach out and learn about how to navigate higher ed, obviously use these resources here in front of you. Reach out to me. Again, I'm fine if it's not Amherst. I just want to help you through your journey. And again, if you have any questions or concerns about the disability process, VA ratings, and services related to that, don't hesitate to reach out, because a lot of veterans leave a lot on the table when it comes to those services. And it's a shame to see if you use VRNE first, which you should, you actually get a BAH and you basically get your post 9/11 benefits, and then you can save your 9/11 for grad school and beyond. So make sure you're taking advantage of that benefit first if you have it.
Awesome.
I'll drop my contact in the chat. So thank you all.
Awesome. Hey, thank you so much for coming on. And I'm actually going to reach out to you after this, Ricky, you as well, of course. But we'll talk about it. It's for higher education and resources, but we're trying to do fun new stuff. But I'd love both your expertise, and thank you guys both so much for coming on. I mean, that's awesome. But now the moment everybody's been waiting for. So the Scrum Master certification. So the way this is going to go down, yeah, drum roll, right? So the way it'll go down, I'm going to ask a question. First person to send it in the chat wins. And they'll send me an email tonight, probably actually tomorrow, because it might take the Six Sigma Global Institute a little bit of time. They'll get an enrollment link that they will simply click, and the course will be paid for, and they are on their way to being a Scrum Master. So the question is, after Aubrey gave me the assistance that he did when Boots to Books was starting, what services did we first start providing to veterans? What was the initial focus? Ooh, it looks like Alfred was the first to hit education. DeAndrea, can you confirm that he's the first to put it in the chat? I don't want my computer to just like completely mess somebody over and say it first. I see education from Alfred at 551. Same page, Aubrey? All right, cool. Alfred, congratulations, my brother. I know that we've engaged a lot in the past, but that was super quick and you were completely right. We started with education. Now we're focused on employment, though education is an integral part. Alfred, where are you at? Let me see if I can.
What? It's a meeting.
Peter, give it to Alfredo.
Huh?
Give it
What?
to Alfredo.
Okay, well, there it is. Alfred is passing on the Scrum Master certification, although he just wanted to show us how quick he was with the keyboard. That man is quick. Alfredo, can you unmute for a sec? Can you hear me? It looks like you will become a Scrum Master.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Let's go, man.
I
Yeah.
had it. I was like,
So shoot that email over to the Boots to Books email that was in the chat. I'm going to put this email in the chat for anyone, actually. If I talk to you about anything, if you want any help from us, if you have a question, if you want me to connect you with Hira or Ricky and you just missed something, shoot an email there. Alfredo, you shoot that email there too. It might take until Monday for me to have the link because I have to wait for them to send it to me. But you have an all expenses paid Scrum Master certification. So congratulations. But besides that, I want to say thank you guys all so much for coming on. It's really, really amazing to get on and see the network we have on here and also how many people are here supporting each other. That's really the best way to do it. Everyone here who has given advice or asked for advice have realized that networking is ultimately an integral piece of the job search, and it always will be. So like I said, please take advantage of this network. Reach out to us after the event. Keep up to date with Boots to Books. We'll have an event almost every single month. And in 6 days, we have an application closing to get a free certification of your choice on our website. So don't pay for stuff before talking to us. Take advantage of all these free resources. If you're even thinking about college, hit up Hira, hit up Ricky. They're resources to you. So thank you guys all so much for coming on. The recording will be released on Monday. But if that's all, have a fantastic weekend.